Good morning, Vandana. I just first of all want to say something. Absolute gratitude to you for your commitment to service. I'm amazed how you're keeping it up three sessions in a day. You looked so tired yesterday, but in spite of that, you're here 6 o'clock, smiling away.
No, actually, yesterday, continuously I was getting calls from my niece from Kolkata. Her brother-in-law is in the ICU and he has young children and gone on the ventilator. Doctors have said he can't survive. You know, people, they keep calling me with the hope that I can do something, but it's so helpless. I really can't do anything.
Yeah.
And that too, if it's like when they are on the ventilator and then you call, right? I'm not a magician, isn't it? I'm not God, and I'm not a surgeon or anybody who knows the science of the body or the medicine part of it. Uh, People have seen so many transformations when I've worked with them one to one, but in conditions like this, you know, really I can't do anything. And you know, when someone is continuously calling you and thinking that probably you can do something or maybe you can give them some hope and maybe some miracle will happen. Honestly, I think miracles are not like something that will, when somebody's on the ventilator and then that's it, that person will come alive by doing someone soul's temple or something. You know, it is a choice a person makes day in and day out to live or to die. Okay, and it is day in and day out. Like it is not 10 years before I decided to die and today I'm dying. Okay. When I'm in the hospital, when I'm on the ventilator, if the person who is on the hospital bed, and thanks to all the hospital energies and the panic and the fear and everything that goes around, the thoughts that come to that person is it's better to die than to live. Had we all been given training way before one reached the hospital that life is precious and take care of yourself and take care of your body and never give up on life. Break the limitations that make you fall sick. Change those areas of life that are not working for you. If all of this training was mandatory, right, as a child grows up, probably we would have a healthier world. Someone asked me yesterday that, oh, so do you mean that if uh, if you're mentally fine and emotionally fine, you'll never fall sick? And all this medical thing is a hoax. I said, no. But definitely, I know for a fact that if you're mentally and emotionally fine every day, you will not fall sick. But after falling sick, you do require medicines. You do require all that all these surgeons and doctors and nurses and everybody are doing. But what made you reach the hospital bed, it is not really COVID. COVID is just now. There have been people who have been having diseases which are incurable, and even the diseases which are curable, still people die. People have been dying. Now it is rampant, and that's why people are just like bewildered by this whole thing that, oh my God, now what? What to do? What? It is like a solid wake up call to the whole world that wake up and start taking care of your health and mental and emotional and physical and spiritual and everything right now. Don't wait for tomorrow because tomorrow is not going to come. This now more than ever before, tomorrow is not going to come. It is all now, today. If you're not going to take care of yourself now, if you're not going to do what is required to be done now, tomorrow don't regret and don't cry and don't say that this happened. And it is sad. It's kind of, and when I sleep with this kind of conversations, I know how I wake up in the morning. I couldn't wake up today. I just, like, the alarm is ringing and I'm just like, it's so heavy in my body. Now this is how disease happens. The conversations that we have with each other, the the fear, the panic, the anxiety, the control that we want to exercise, wanting to have somebody when the person is choosing something different. It's crazy. We This is one time more than ever in the history of mankind. No control is working. No money is working. No amount of, you know, this belief that suddenly some miracle will happen is working. Because it's not going to happen. It was every day of life when you chose this moment where you just give up. It is every relationship that was strained in your life that made you feel that giving up is easy. It is every time that you told yourself that, why am I alive? I'd rather die. So all of these thoughts, feelings, emotions, and all that you've been carrying for a very long time, then manifested in this way. That now you're on the deathbed. There are so many people who are getting COVID. Not everybody is dying, right? If COVID was the reason, if COVID was the problem, everybody should have died. Literally everybody should have died. Everybody who got COVID should have died. But COVID is not the main reason. It is our feelings, our emotions, our fears, our phobias, our panic, our anxiety, listening to the news day in and day out, going to these hospitals and getting paranoid about disease and thinking that, yeah, this is going to kill me. And yes, if you give that power to not just COVID, if you give that power to even a lizard on the wall, right, that it can kill you, that also can kill you. Because it is not the lizard, it is just what it is. Your inner fears, your inner paranoia, your inner everything, your inner mental state, and thereby the physical state where your immunity is gone, you don't have the strength, you don't have ability to cope up with what is going on. All of that one day results in a deadly disease, and then you die. And again, everywhere we have made death wrong. Like, what about the person who's suffering on the hospital bed and doesn't want to live anymore and wants to choose to die? Why are we crying? We are not crying because that person died. We are crying because what I was getting from this person, I won't get anymore. We're all very selfish creatures, whether we like it or we don't like it. Oh, what will happen to the children? What will happen to this? Had we all thought what is happening to that person wouldn't have been that sick. It's very bitter. It's very crude if I talk like this, but that is the reality. Because when a person is sick, if everybody thinks that, okay, fine, what do you require? What do you want? Tell us what do you want. He'll do you what will make you feel good. And if you are my priority, but not out of control that, oh, if you die, then what will happen to me? But because you are important, because you are precious, because your presence is required in my life, not with any expectations, terms, and conditions applied. When that would have been the way of life, right? Will any person even want to fall sick or break the norms and go into places where they can get COVID and then get COVID and then go to the hospital and die? Tell me. Tell me if what I'm saying is baseless, useless.
No, you're absolutely correct, because while you're living, the process has to go on
Yeah.
about keeping yourself fully alive. And
Yeah.
whatever needs to be done, like, if you can understand that this is my blockage to a free flow of life, uh, you should mend it there only, not at
Yeah.
the time when death comes to you.
Yeah, that is what, right? A stitch in time saves nine.
Yeah.
If now I'm unwell and if I'm not doing anything about it, and 5 days I'm just sitting and like, हाँ ठीक है यार, मुझे कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, and just like making it a insignificant, when something is really significant and if it starts hurting your body inside, and suddenly one day you're like, oh my god, I'm breathless and I have to go to the hospital, and then after going to the hospital you see so many people in the hospital dying and so much news and everything, and that takes over you, and then it's gone. You've lost the game.
Just the way Rajiv sir said yesterday that you don't study for the exam just before the exam, you study before.
Exactly, right? This is, when people call me like this, oh, this person is on the ventilator, can you do something right now? I become so blunt, I say, no, I can't do it. If that person has to do it, that person has to do it. They'll be like, please do something. I'll give them 10 different numbers of healers. I'll say, go to this person and try if something can be possible. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to save a person from the ventilator. I
Sandhana,
tried.
sorry, I heard from my friends in Access that people are choosing death.
People
I
do
don't,
choose. It's
I don't
not,
understand.
see, it is a choice a person makes whether to live or whether to die. It- Whether we like it or we don't like it is a choice. If today, I mean, of course, I'm not going to choose death right now, but there were times when I was so depressed in life that I used to every day ask for death. I used to every day think, instead of living like this, it's better to die. But what did that do? That created so much unhappiness inside my body and being. Forget, it got transferred to my children. They wanted to die. And when any mother faces that, right, you realize, like, what did I teach? What did I teach my children? What nonsense have I done? What horrible stuff that I have taught to my children, that oh, whenever things are not good, die. Whenever you're not able to manage things, die. I know that time definitely I was the culprit. I definitely know that it is me, it was my stupidity. When I choose life, when I am going to be 50, and when I'm not falling sick any day throughout the year, where everybody is falling sick, and even when somebody's at home who has COVID, when I don't get COVID, my children feel so good. My children feel, yeah, I mean, you're taking care of yourself. That's so good. You know, I literally feel like standing on top of a mountain and screaming right now. Don't expect miracles to happen overnight. Miracles don't happen overnight. Life is a miracle. If you could choose life, you would live miraculously. There is no miracle outside life. It is not up there in the heaven, or the pain is not down there in the hell that we think heaven and hell is. It is here right now in this body, in this embodiment. The heaven and the hell is inside of us. If only we could recognize that it is not outside of us. We got to pay attention in words. And if we could recognize this on time, we would definitely not be on the hospital bed with a ventilator. Probably would just. Yesterday, I also got another news of somebody who told me that my grandfather at 94, he just passed away sleeping on the bed. At 94, he didn't get COVID. He was 94, he was sleeping on the bed, he didn't wake up. That death is possible. And we can't say he just got lucky. He didn't get lucky. He lived a life where he took care of his health. And when I'm saying taking care of health, I'm not saying healing. My father, every day morning, he wakes up at 4 a.m. He will do his daily chores and then he'll do pranayam for 1 hour. He'll do yoga, pranayam, everything for 1 hour. He'll wake up my mom, they'll say, chal pranayam karte hain. And then after that, they both have they will have their tea and whatever they have to have in the morning, they'll have, and then they'll do their puja part, and then they will, walk. They'll eat food which is healthy for them, which their body can digest. They won't eat unnecessary things, and they will take care of their daily duties. That what they have to do for the children, for the grandchildren, sitting with them, playing with them, cooking for them sometimes, making, things what they ask them to do sometimes. And then talking to all their children on the phone and talking with love, that yeah, and telling that I care for you, expressing what they feel, asking for what they require, spending their day in gratitude of the life that they're living. So both of them are 75 plus. My brother and Bhabhi got COVID in the house. They didn't get. Why? Are they what, from some other planet? So every time I would talk to them, they would be like, नहीं हम लोग ठीक है, हम लोग अपना ध्यान रख रहे हैं, हम लोग काढ़ा लेते हैं, नीम की गोली खाते हैं, सब बराबर खा रहे हैं, मेरा प्राणायाम चालू है, मेरा वॉकिंग चालू है, घर में ही वॉक कर लेता हूँ अगर बाहर नहीं जा सकता हूँ तो. What does that make me feel and both my brothers feel?
Relaxed.
Absolutely. निश्चिंत है हम लोग, कोई worry नहीं है. Whenever they die, they'll die a natural death. Whenever they are not going to be eternal or immortal. None of us are going to be. And I can die before them maybe. But my grandparents, my parents, touch wood, like, they've really shown us the path of, it is so important to take care of your health, your mental well-being, and your emotional well-being, and do your daily mundane tasks with joy, with love, with devotion, with caring, with genuinity, with authenticity. If you have to fight, you fight. If you have to cry, you cry. If you want to shout, you shout. In my house, it was always like this, chaotic. If I have to shout, I'll scream at my mom. She will scream back. And after some time, we'll go back and we'll talk and we'll sort it out. No pseudo living. And it was not always like that. She was also under so much stress, so many diseases. After I learned healing, I've done so many body processes for my mom, for my dad. Every time. Now, whenever I find time, if I go there, if I go to my mom's house, even for a week, every day I'll make sure, chalo aap body process karte hain, chalo pars run karte hain. You know, I would make sure, even for my mother-in-law, I used to do body process every week for 1.5 years. Even now that I have divorced and she hasn't spoken to me since 2017, but she's not fallen sick despite all of this. Why? Because I knew my priorities. I knew who matters to me. I knew what matters to me. That was the gift of all that I have learned so far. But simply learning is not enough. Practically, like how Rajiv sir said yesterday, right? Practically, have you implemented? Or you want everybody else to change and you want to keep on complaining, like how Geeta was telling yesterday. And like, you know, you keep on complaining, you keep on blaming your entire life till you reach your deathbed. If that serves you and if that will give you enlightenment after you die, good luck to you. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get enlightened one day just after you die. And Shannon O'Hara, Access Consciousness, when she does this birth and death call, she talks about, you know, it's such a misconception in the world that when you die, all your miseries will get over. All your suffering will get over. Death is the escape to all suffering and misery. Wow. Thank you very much. If that was the thing, nobody would have ever reincarnated, because everybody who died would have been out of misery and suffering. Then Buddha didn't need to sit under the tree for so many days and going into past life regressions and seeing his past lives and healing those things and, you know, witnessing and one fine day realizing that it's okay. It's all just memories. And when you become a witness to all your memories, you don't fall sick. And you have to get neutral to your memories. You have to get neutral to what's going on in your body. You have to know what's going on in your body to begin with. It pains my heart when I see people dying like this. I'm not.
Hello.
Sorry, so it's basically, it really pains my heart to see people dying like this. But I have to put a disclaimer here that nothing is going to happen overnight. Overnight, only medicines and doctors can help you. No healer, no therapist can help you. Once you've reached the hospital, everything is in the hand of the doctors. Or God. Actually, if God has a control over your free will. I don't think he has. God also doesn't have control over your free will. Your free will is bigger than everything in this world. And where you want to take your will, it's absolutely up to you. So this is how it comes to the body. The emotions, like this is how instantly now I can manifest anything in my body. So what do you think I have to be? More than anybody else here. What has happened by so much of healing and so much of practicing body sensing and so much of being a witness to what's going on in my body? What has happened? That now, if earlier, if some negative thought, so-called negative thought, or that emotion that has exaggerated in my head, if that would take, say, 6 years to become a disease, now it takes 6 minutes in my body. So awareness is not comfortable. It'll hit you left, right, center if you do anything stupid. Now. So now more than ever, I am prone to any disease coming to me if I prolong a persistent thought which doesn't serve my body. Now more than ever, more than anybody else, I can get a disease like this. My body
Try to
just...
safeguard yourself. I pray that you first do your safeguarding,
That is what I do, Kiran. Every day I do. That is why, that is what I did. Like morning when I couldn't wake up, and yesterday I slept with the calls of this person's eyes. You please do something. Please do something. It was so heavy that I woke up with so much heaviness in my body. I just get it now. I'm so aware and I'm so present in my body every moment. And then I take out my time. I say, okay, fine, I'm going to be half an hour late. Not that because it's a commitment, because I want this message to get across to as many people as it can. That please don't think one fine day everything will be taken care of. Every day you have to take care of yourself. And even after healing for 20 years, still every day you have to take care of yourself. Buddha was doing Vipassana till the last breath. Till the last breath, he was focusing on his breath. Despite the fact that he was Buddha, the enlightened one.
I was just telling my kids the other day, for example, if you eat food once in a plate, you can't eat again. You have to wash, you have to clean, you have to. So it's not that you just clean your mind or your thoughts one fine day and say, no, it's done. So every single time, every single minute, because my daughter was asking, why do you do these calls every day? Haven't you learned the Soul's Temple? So I was like, no, you know what? Because it has to become practice. You have to do it every single day, every single moment. You have to live by those healing thoughts.
Atman used to say very beautifully, she used to say it's soul bathing. Every day you take bath. Every day you clear your clutter in your mind, in your body, and whatever it is. Soul's Temple must become a way of life, or anything Reiki or Pranic or Access Consciousness. It is not about the modality. Soul's Temple is easy for me, so I do it every day. But whatever it is that works for you. Somebody told me yesterday that, okay, Soul's Temple isn't working for me. Access Consciousness clearings works better. I'll do clearings. I said, do clearings, do something. Do something. Something is better than nothing. I'm not here to say that, oh, what I am doing is the best and all that you people are doing is baseless, stupid, useless. No. Everything is beautiful if you use it every day, if you do it every day. Even art forms, medicine, anything, even the people who take medicines and are keeping themselves fit is also fine. But do something every day for yourself. It's for heaven's sake, it is not for other people. It is for you and your body. If I'm doing all this, I'm not doing it for people. I'm doing it because it gives me the solace that whatever I have learned in life, I'm not going to waste it. Because I've learned so much, I've invested so much time, so much money. So do you see what's happening today? Every day, does the call go smooth for one hour without any breaks? These emotions, this anger, this sadness, this whatever that I'm bringing it out, right? It even breaks the Wi-Fi. It breaks the connections. That is how we break connections with ourselves, with the people that we care for. By making these emotions so big and so significant that we forget who we truly are and what is really possible. It's not even about doing soul study. It's about being aware, moment to moment, being aware of, okay, where are my thoughts leading me to? How beautifully Rajiv sir said that anger is okay, but if that anger goes on for 10 years, then it's not okay. If sadness is okay, but if that sadness becomes a way of life and you can't connect to anybody because you're sad, then it's not. I really wish that everybody listens to this call, as many people as they can. It's not that I am like, wow, super brilliant.
When they're not talking of awareness, I also have noticed that some people and my friend circle also, they just keep talking so wrong, you know. I don't know what's wrong, but right, but negative, and then they try to it manifests in their life, you
It
know.
will manifest. Whatever you talk, good or bad, doesn't matter, positive, negative.
Yeah.
Whatever you talk will manifest.
Yeah,
Period.
so it's got. I mean, it shook me sometimes, you know, like one neighborhood person keeps saying, अब तुमको तो like husband goes out to work, तुमको तो हो ही जाएगा, फिर तुम्हारे साथ हम सबको भी हो जाएगा, you know, फिर हम क्या करेंगे, how will we manage, how will we run to the hospital? I said, stop it, you know, like I couldn't hear her yesterday evening, and I said, just stop it here, don't even just go on adding it.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the conversation that we do day in and day out, and then that gets created.
Yeah, it's scary, you know, but then you are only revolving in those thoughts only. You're just living in those thoughts. Yes, outside scenario is such, but then you can talk something else. You can talk normal, you know, like about food, about how you spent your day, what did you do.
If only we all could be more sensitive, uh, you know, to what our words are creating in other people's lives and in our life, we wouldn't be talking about most of the nonsense that we do. We wouldn't be putting other people in so much discomfort by our words. We wouldn't be putting ourselves into so much discomfort by our own words and other people's words. We would move out of those places that are toxic. We would move out of those positions that don't serve us anymore. We would move out of everything that is not contributing to us.
Vandana, when you said yesterday that we have to do some drawing or painting, I had a discussion with both my daughters. I would like to, what I thought was we can, because there was so much of negative talk about COVID and things like that, you know. So even when they talk to their friends, you know, somebody's grandfather is unwell, somebody says that, oh, I have not moved out of home for 15 days and I'm like literally feeling bored to death, you know, because they, as teenagers, they keep talking to their friends. So I said, okay, why don't we? So I said, okay, we have to draw something. Can we draw a mandala? It's, yeah. So can we draw mandala which has like, otherwise mandala usually you just draw the patterns, and can we draw a mandala which has a symbolic meaning? Okay, so what? Can we draw a mandala which has a meaningful how COVID has, what good COVID has done? So I said, can we write the points first, and then we'll see how we can express it in our drawing. So my younger one said, it has brought families together.
Hmm.
So, okay, so we will, the families are spending time together. So she said, I'll draw hearts, connected hearts, so that it shows that the families, that's a symbol of families spending loving time together.
Yes.
So the second thing was volunteers, how people are coming out and
Helping each
volunteering
other.
helping each other. So, okay, we'll draw a worldly art people holding hands and draw it in a circle because everybody in the world is volunteering. So, okay, second circle, we'll draw that. Okay, third circle, how people are connected through Wi-Fi. If it was not there, how we would have even spoken to our, teachers, or how the schooling would have gone
Anybody.
for the entire year. So we will draw Wi-Fi symbols in another layer. And, then we'll draw a house in another layer saying that everybody's connected through this Wi-Fi. So, we put all the symbols together and we are drawing this mandala to just represent what positive things have happened rather than just focusing on. So my younger one said, I'll also draw a broken heart because a lot of people have died in our
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, which is real, right?
Yeah. So she says, I also want to draw a broken heart because I felt very sad that, somebody in our family died because of COVID.
Yes, yes. And
So, I mean,
how simple children are, how simple they are. They
yeah.
are
So, I
not
mean, these were very
making,
soulful conversation like the way we are having. When I had it in the evening with my kids, it was like really blissful for me to have that conversation with my kids yesterday.
and just think about it. Before, I mean, when we started off this call, you were like so paranoid about
Yes.
how kids don't do this, kids don't do that, and this and that. And what change has happened.
Yeah.
While every day when we have soulful conversations, when we
Yeah.
receive them with love, and
Yeah.
when we do what is required to be done, then it gets transferred into our children also.
Yes.
And if we are only paranoid and controlling and don't know what's happening and this and that and sad about death, I still remember your first conversation, how upset you were.
Yes. Yes.
And then how much you were upset the next day about the children not getting what they are supposed to get. And see today, now
Yes.
this is everyday work. This
Yes.
is
Thank you so much,
persistent
Vandana, and
practice.
each one of you who's contributed to this. Thank you so much.
It's amazing
And
sharing, Sanju.
and it
Thank
is
you.
also thank you for you to choose. If you wouldn't choose to receive what I'm saying or anybody else is saying here, nobody can help you.
Yes.
It is when you say something and I receive you, then I
Yeah.
get new information.
Yes.
If I say that, okay, just shut up, we are not going to talk about mandalas here, we are only going to talk about soul stem.
Yeah.
Will I ever receive this information that your children give, what your daughter says, and the beauty that these things are?
Yeah.
There is so much beauty out there in the world that how much ever we gift and receive, it is never going to end. There is so much beauty, and there is that much fear and panic also. But what are we gifting and receiving to each other will set the tone of our days and weeks and nights and mornings and in life. This space gets created when first I give myself the permission to receive all the beautiful gifts of life and everything. And then only I can tell people that be open and receive. And change is possible because I have changed. I have changed from being so afraid and fearful and unwell and everything to somebody who can talk about these subjects with so much conviction.
And yes, the last layer my daughter said was she wants to draw a leaf because people have become more connected to nature. Because now today when we go out, we don't go to a hotel or we don't go to a restaurant. We usually look at open spaces. We look at,
Exactly.
So she wanted to draw leaves in the last layer, saying that everybody's now connecting with nature more than they're connecting with, things.
Children, I tell you, Sanju, it's whether it's your child or any child in the world. Children are way, way, way more conscious than all of us. All children, small children. They just see things in a very simple way. They don't complicate things in their heads. They are just so in the present moment. They are that literal also. So what we are feeding into their minds is creating their future.
Yeah.
So we got to rectify ourselves. It's not about them ever. If anybody comes to me saying my child needs a therapy, I say first look at what you're doing in life.
It happened to me, when my elder one was small. She was 6.5 years old. And I went to a psychologist saying that my child needs therapy. And she says, no, it's you who needs a therapy. And that's where my journey began. So this is what I was telling my elder one also yesterday, another soulful conversation that I had with my elder one. I told her that when my elder one was very small, she used to be very, very scared of loud noises as a very small child, like, year and a half, like cooker ka whistle baja to she would cry. Diwali used to be a nightmare. She would just throw up and throw up. Lightning and thunder, rain, शादी हो रही है तो ढोल बज रहा है. Any kind of sound, a loud sound, would just trigger fear in her. She would cry, she would scream, she would throw up, she wouldn't sleep, she would stuff cotton in her ear. That's how she used to behave. I don't know what fear she was carrying from a past life or whatever. So, and when she used to throw up, and now when we came to Bangalore, monsoon time, it used to rain every night. There used to be thunder every night. Cooker ka whistle rose baji raha hai. She would throw up every night, you know, every evening she would throw up. And I started developing a fear that I will lose her because she wouldn't grow, she wouldn't thrive. And the doctor wrote once on her prescription saying that she's a failure to thrive. And that put me into so much of a panic mode that she's not thriving. And I started developing a fear that she's not going to grow ever, and I'm going to lose her. So now my fear was so high that I would try protecting her. I would always make her wear a sweater, even if it is summers, कि उसको cough cold ना हो जाए, because she would develop cough cold very, very soon. I would only give her warm water. I would never give her curd. I would, my fear started manifesting in so many things that I would restrict her from any kind of ice cream or anything. So it became so big that it literally shook all of us. So when I went to the doctor, because she wasn't eating, because I was restricting her so much, and the doctor, the one of the therapists said that you need to address what are you doing? I said, this is what I am doing. So you have to address your fear first. Then her fear will definitely be taken care of. And I went for therapy, and I I went to multiple sessions. And when
Yeah,
I addressed my fear, is when I saw improvement in her.
yes. That's the same with me. As many therapies I've gotten so many therapies. Rajiv sir was my first teacher, as I said. He knows how many therapies I've gotten done. And after every therapy, I would see a change in the way my children live. Every time. And then later on, when I learned family constellations, when I learned shamanism, then I used to see the change even in my parents and my brothers and my Ravi and our relationship as a family together. Everything shifted. What wonder, what beauty these people who dedicated their lives to create these modalities and give it to us for us to use. We want to make use of the fan, the AC, the car, the technology, the phone. But then there is another spectrum that we haven't even tapped into.
Yeah.
And so many people are just completely ignorant about it. They don't even know that there is a different possibility. And those who have, keep it to themselves, not wanting to share the stories with others, thinking that, oh my God, how can I tell people that I was depressed? Oh my God,
Yes.
how can I tell people that my child is depressed? What will people think about me?
True.
And then when we don't want to be vulnerable and raw and talk about it, then that is where all this information is just inside a cage. It doesn't reach out to anybody. Nobody gets to benefit out of it except you individually. But what about those people who have written these books that we read and we try? They dedicated their lives. They wrote it all out. So what about those people who are doing, channeling and like people like Gary, Dane, like day in and day out? They may be earning money, but they are serving. They are, doing things which are creating greater. They are selling products which are not harmful. So what about, and when you Sanju, on all the calls when I hear you, you have so much uh, wisdom, information. Your children are so brilliant. Instead of focusing on what you can you know, create and offer to your children and to this world, your focus was completely in a different direction. But now you have come to a different direction. That's the change that I'm seeing in whatever 15,
Thank you.
20
Thank you, Vandana,
years.
for the contribution you've been.
I'm thankful that things are shifting, because then what you are going to create is going to be phenomenal. All this information that so much you have contributed to this calls, which I don't even know. All that you have read, all that you speak about, all the things that you do with your children. I'm not doing all of that right now. I don't have small children. But yeah, I can say when I had small children, I had a lot of good things to say. Like so much I learned even then, even if I didn't know healing. I remember when my daughter was small, she used to get so angry at the drop of a hat. When I'm saying small, very small, even 3 years old, 2 years old, her anger was like at some level it used to be. I used to get scared. I used to think, oh my God, why is she so angry? How do I control that anger? What do I do? She'll scream, she'll shout. I went to the doctor one day when she just like became a little violent. She was only 5 years old. I went to the doctor because at that time I didn't know psychiatrist. I didn't know there's something called psychiatry. I went to my regular doctor, family doctor, and she said, तो बंदना आपका रूटीन क्या है? तो मैंने कहा मैं सुबह 5 बजे उठती हूँ, फिर टिफिन बनाती हूँ, बच्चों को स्कूल भेजती हूँ, फिर खाने की तैयारी करती हूँ, फिर मैं घर के काम खत्म करती हूँ, सफाई करती हूँ, कपड़े धोना होता है, ये सब कर खुरा के फिर मैं नहाती हूँ, फिर मैं खाना खाती हूँ, फिर मैं दोपहर में बच्चे जब वापस आते हैं तो फिर उनको थोड़ी देर सोते हैं, फिर मैं उनका होमवर्क कराती हूँ, शाम को बैठ के कपड़े इस्त्री करना होता है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, शाम का खाना बनाना होता है. So I was giving her my routine. She said, what time do you eat in the night? I said, we eat around 9, 9:30. And then what time you eat in the next day? I said, at least it becomes 12 o'clock. Because I finish all my work, I have bath and only then I eat. So she said, so much gap. Then she asked, do you get angry? I said, I do get angry. I really get angry when things don't work my way. She asked, does your husband get angry? I said, yeah, he's also very short. So she said, why on earth will you expect your child not to get angry? What is she learning from both of you? One expressing the anger and one suppressing the anger, but there is anger, so much anger, which she didn't use the word perceiving, she said which she's seeing every day. And she's just expressing that. And then she said, you don't have the strength to fight because if you eat in the night, 9 o'clock, and then you're eating the next day at 12, 12:30, you don't have any stamina left in your body. You're doing so much work from morning till night that you lose the energy and you can't fight. You don't have this capacity to fight anything. And that's why you withdraw and you just sleep. And you want to avoid everything. She said, if you wake up at 5 o'clock, you should eat by 7 o'clock. Within 2 hours, you have to start having breakfast and you have to have good breakfast. Have 2 parathas every day. Whether you like it or not, take out time, eat. Then you will have the strength to carry on with the entire day and you won't be so irritated and frustrated and angry. And then that won't go to your child. And then talk to your husband. If he has issues, talk to him and make sure that you have more harmony with each other. And then the third thing she said, and next time when your child gets angry, instead of getting more angry at her, go and give her a hug. Go hug her and tell her it's okay. I see your anger. And I know why you're angry. I'm sorry. practically I did all the three things every day. So when I say I do things every day, I do things even what the doctor says every day. Whatever that was, I didn't care whether it is right, wrong, good, bad, what it is going to do. I knew that she knows better than me. She's a doctor. Right now, I don't know any better than her. Whatever she's telling, I have to do it. So every day I started taking, raat ko I used to make extra paratha and I would have it in the morning within an hour of waking up. I will take out time, sit and eat, whether I like it or don't like it. Every time she used to get angry, I would just go and give her a hug and I would say, it's okay. If anybody did anything, I'm sorry. My daughter, right? She's so different today. She's so different today that she always tells me कि मम्मा अच्छा कि आप मेरे को बहुत अच्छा बना आप अपना ख्याल रखे और आप अपना ठीक किए ना तो आप मेरे को सिखाए कि मेरे को अपना ख्याल रखना चाहिए. She always tells me, I'm so grateful, Mama, because you take care of yourself. So that doctor was also, see, when we want, right, when we really want to change things, somebody will show up in our universe. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, it can be a doctor. It doesn't have to be a healer.
Yeah, I agree.
It can be anybody. It can be somebody walking on the road and giving you some one word of wisdom and just walking off. And all that when I did, right, it really made life different in that moment again. But you know, when we stop doing it, when we make the emotions bigger than practically doing what is required to be done, the anger, the sadness, the hurt, that is when it again backfires. Nothing in the world is more dangerous than your self-conversation when it is filled with intense emotions. Intense emotions do no good to anybody. Even love, like how Rajiv sir said. He said, right, मुझे ये love or ये peace or ये सब word से allergy.
No, I was painting. I was painting all this feeling. So I just said, I want to be there. My intention was completely to be in these happy emotions.
So, you know, but Rajiv sir is Rajiv sir. He will not entertain any drama, trauma.
No, I'm okay. It was a learning again, come to reality.
Yeah, he is one. He'll bring you to the ground. Didn't I tell you that day also? He just told me, you have a problem. That's why you're here. Your family members are not negative. You have a problem. So that's why you're coming for therapy. Stop blaming. Stop complaining.
I sent you my painting today.
I will check it. So this is that. See, thanks to such teachers who are so blunt and who are so will just bring you to the ground. Like that doctor also whom I met, Dr. Tapke. I can never forget her in my life. She brought my son out of his entire digestive system, lactose intolerance. She used to take only 10 rupees every day. We were so, we were poor. We were not even middle class. 10 रुपए लेती थी वो खाली. She used to break medicines and give quarter medicine, this, that. She would make a puria and she would give. I used to go 45 minutes in the rickshaw to her because I felt that she's so genuine. And only her medicine brought my son out of whatever lactose intolerance, and then he could eat, he can hog and he can be fine. Today. Because she gave just one medicine.
My daughter had egg allergy, she had wheat allergy, she had milk allergy. Today she's all fine by the grace of God.
Yeah, so these are the things which needed to be spoken about. We need to talk about these things. We need to tell the world that this is possible.
Yes, it is possible.
And when you tell it, when you are willing to share your wisdom with others, you're not, it's not about being a role model or anything. It's about not being miserly. It's about you being gifted so much, the doctors, the therapists, the teachers, the books, all that you read. For some reason, when you uh, when things change for you and when you share it with others, everybody told me I have an obsessive compulsive disorder of sharing, compulsive sharing. Today I feel it is such a gift that everybody should have that disorder. If at all that is a disorder. So the thing is, right, and thanks to the people who said that it is a disorder, because then I started changing the content of my conversation. Because yes, I had a problem. I used to compulsively share everything and non-stop complain. So that was a compulsive sharing of all the stupid
This is
things
the reason. Yeah.
that I'd been holding on inside me for years. And then when I started taking therapies, then I started sharing about that. Now when I'm happy in life, I share about it. Whatever you're being is what you're gifting to the world.
Nandra, when you talk, I feel as if there's a mirror talking. I truly feel that there's a mirror talking. I used to do the same thing, constant talking about misery, complain, my in-laws, this, that. And today, when I have put a stop there, and today share how things went better, what helped me, what can. That's what, yesterday when my neighbor called me up saying that I have one oximeter, I want to buy another one, ki in case घर में किसी को COVID हुआ, that person will go into quarantine, we will need another one outside. I said, why are you worrying so much? We're all here. वैसे होगा नहीं तो why, you guys are so precautious. And then she said, COVID हो ना हो मैं हार्ट अटैक से तो मर ही जाऊंगी. मेरा पल्स रेट हाई रहने लगा है. I am so paranoid right now that I don't know what to do. So, earlier I would have gotten sucked into that. Oh, yes, it's so bad. Yesterday what came out of my, that circumstances are the same for everybody in the world, not just for you or me or anybody. So I think what we can work on, let's see what we can work on. We can work on how we react to those circumstances. We can work on how, so right now, what's in your hand? You can't change something outside. You can't change COVID. You can't do. What you can do is work on your immunity, work on your thoughts, work on what you're eating, work on how much I said,
Yes.
are you doing any pranayama? No. I said, are you taking any thing like Giloy, turmeric, which can help your immunity, boost up? She says, no. So that's where you can work on rather than buying another oximeter. So, work on things that will bring a change, a positive change in your thought process, in your lifestyle, in your immunity, rather than worrying about it, because worrying will create more for it.
Correct.
So then she wrote to me, तेरे जैसा यार कहाँ, तेरा जैसा यार आना. तूने मेरे को बहुत बड़ा चीज दिया एक लाइन के अंदर आज.
So start doing more of this, Sanju.
Yeah.
Start doing your own Zoom calls. Start collecting people and talk to them about what you know. You don't have to say what Bandana says, you have to say what you know. Whatever your life experiences are, how your child came out of allergies. Talk about those things to people. Let people know that there is a different possibility.
Possibility.
Don't, this is what, if 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 there are 50 people on my call and 50 people start doing Soul Stepple with another 50 people, right? That is the intention. It's not like everybody has to come to me. Everybody can't come to me. I can't possibly do therapies for the whole world.
That's
There
just more sharing, Vandana.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
So simply,
But,
there must be more of us doing this, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Tell me.
So, like I said, the first thing, like what you think about and what you put your energies into and you're talking about manifests.
Yes.
So, a very small example, last 1 week, something or the other is breaking in my house, like a cup. I dropped it. My favorite bone china plate, for no reason, it just broke off, it slipped out of my hand. And so my daughter gifted me a beautiful flower vase with flowers on Mother's Day. Yesterday, while I was in the call with Rajiv sir, it crashed, like for no reason, just with the breeze, it which was coming into my house. So my daughter told me, Mom, check. You repeatedly saying, कुछ ना कुछ टूट ही रहा है इतने दिन से. So check what you have found in, you know. So immediately she's saying, pop and pot it, whatever you want to do, stop it
Yeah. See the conversations. That is what.
there. Yeah. So I was really wondering, ऐसे छोटी सी बात तो मैंने कह दी और सच्चाई तो बोली है, रोज कुछ टूट रहा है, तो बोले आगे के लिए तो आज इसको स्टॉप करो ना, ये तो चलता रहेगा फिर आप ऐसे सोचते रहोगे तो.
Correct.
So that's where you have to check what you awareness
What you're
is about.
seeing.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. The other day, what happened? It's like a couple of weeks ago. My younger one was, constantly playing on my phone. She wasn't finishing her work or homework or whatever was there, and she was कहीं भी से इधर जाके उधर जाके she would pick up the phone and she would start. And मैंने उल्टा करके फोन को ऐसे थोड़ा जोर से रखा. मैंने बोला मेरा बस चले तो मैं इस फोन को कभी चलने ही ना दूं. And you won't believe, next day morning my phone stopped working. I had to buy I kept waiting. इस फोन को क्या हो गया?
Ask and
My
you shall
phone
receive.
stopped working. I still have that phone lying in my closet because I don't know what happened to that phone. Somebody said deep discharge हुआ है. मैंने charge घंटों charge कर लिया. It was all fine. It worked till the night, and morning when I woke up, it stopped working.
That is why awareness is not comfortable. Now your capacity to manifest is far, far greater than many
Yeah.
other people. So
Yes.
now if you are not going to be watchful of your thoughts,
Yes.
you are going to manifest all the stupid things in the world.
So when you said, well, in 6 minutes I can manifest illness, I was remembering that instance. In few minutes I manifested, my phone stopped working.
Yes, it is
completely.
possible, because now that is what, now with great powers come greater responsibilities.
Yes, and greater risk what you talk.
And
I
also
had not done this. Sorry.
Says Shashi. Bolo.
No, I remember I always used to say for the past several years, if something bad would happen, कि इससे बुरा क्या होता? And then universe would show me, oh, okay,
इससे बुरा क्या हो
ये-
सकता है?
And I constantly used to say this. And the first time my friend told me about you to go to a healing session, she said, look, she always says, what can you like? What can be better than this?
How does it get
And,
better than this?
Yeah, how does it get better than this? And she said, and she knows me so well. She knew my life for the past 5-6 years. She said, तुम्हारे केस में उल्टा इतना अच्छे से काम किया है, तो ये वाला भी उतना अच्छे से ही काम करेगा. And after that, I was like, why didn't I think of this all this time? So I have to really make an effort because it's a long.
It's a practice, habit.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But,
then another thing,
I-
Maji ji, whenever we would call him, how are you? He would say all in the well. He would never say all well. He would say it. And I could see, when I could see his life, I could see someday somebody's unwell, someday he would lose, and he would lose. He's lost jobs so many times, at least 10 times is what I know since the time I have known him. And he would always say all in the well. So one day I was very conscious and I said, why do you say that? Because I said, just one statement, can you stop saying? Maybe it might just change.
Yeah.
Because he would constantly say, all is in the well. Today सब पूरे में गया.
We are crazy people, like really.
so
Shashi.
when I was sorry.
One second, let her complete.
Yeah, sure.
No, I was just saying that now it's taken a lot of effort to change it, and I do see it working. Like, how does it get better than this? And I think if I hadn't gone through those 5-10 years of constantly saying,
इससे बुरा क्या
okay,
होगा?
I felt like I was challenging God, and it was not a good thing to do. So now I won't deny. I think sometimes I go back to my old habits, but at
It's
least the
okay.
awareness is there and
It's-
constant practice.
Yeah, at least you're working every day to change it. That is
Yeah.
important. We even I would go back in some patterns of my past even today after 10 years of work also. ऐसा नहीं, I'm not like perfect or anything, but तुरंत realize कर लेना कि ओ अच्छा अब ये मैं पहले जैसे बकवास करने चालू कर दियो, अभी let me just get back to the present moment and not do all that nonsense.
Yeah. And I
So-
actually asked this to a God, like not like it's like a direct question. It's like wanting to telling Krishna, okay, what miracles are you going to give me today, or how does it get better this way? And it's really nice
Wow.
because, and if I did have the faith that it works so well for the Ulta statement I had been saying for 10 years, I actually wouldn't have believed in your new statement, to be
Correct.
honest. Like, so
Absolutely.
that experience was also important. It
Every
was like,
experience is
yeah,
perfect. The all the disturbance that we had in the past so far, the disease or the discomfort, it was so big. That is why it pushed us here, right? Otherwise, if it were not that big, I would have never come here.
Creation from chaos.
Yeah, and it's okay. Everything is perfect. So, and Shashi, she's so young. Like, she's just like, what's your age, Shashi? Sorry. I'm asking.
I'm 33, but I'm not that young.
हाँ, बट वो 33 भी नहीं लगती, मुझे तो 25 साल की लगती है.
I know.
मुझे लिटरली वो मेरे बेटे के जितनी लगती है. 25 साल से 1 इंच भी बड़ी नहीं लगती है मुझे. So every time I've met her like online on Zoom, and right now are you in US or you're in India?
No, I am missing Kolkata to help family. But I
You've
go
come
back.
to India. So she
Yes.
lives in US otherwise. So, when I see children coming forth and asking that, okay, fine, I want to work on this. This is not comfortable in my life and I would like to change this. It gives me reassurance that the future is going to be brighter. The future is not going to be like this. Like what the previous people created or we created before.
Vandana, so with the experiences that we have had and the discussions that I have, my elder one, for her 11th grade, she chose psychology as a subject. She says, I would like to choose this because I know that, we study about the outer world so much, but nobody ever studies about the mind that we have, what creates. I would like to study that. And she's chosen psychology for herself.
Brilliant.
And yeah, I thought that, it's a brilliant choice that she's made. And because of whatever experiences that we have had or discussions that we've had is what she's chosen this.
Has inspired her, correct?
Yes.
And it's not even that, it's not even necessary. See, for example, my daughter is doing animation. She's not doing psychiatry or anything. But her presence, like literally can be better than any psychiatrist's help can be. Because she's learned so much from me. And then the even in her work, the animation that she makes or whatever paintings that she makes, it is visible, like how you said about your daughter's painting, right? They don't even have to learn anything. They are just living it. And so I used to tell her कि हाँ तू ना ads अगर बनाएगी ना तो वैसे वाले ad बना, कोको कोला जैसे ad, वो जो that उम्मीदों
डर
वाली
के
धूप,
आगे जीत है.
उम्मीदों
क्या
वाली
कहती?
धूप, सनशाइन वाली आशा,
Yeah.
रोने की वजह कम है, हंसने के बहाने ज्यादा, right? So I and she, we talk so much about it. And another part of my son is absolutely, he won't talk about healing to me. Absolutely zero healing conversations. But what is the beauty? He's in US. Every day he goes cycling. Every day he clicks pictures of birds, squirrels walking on the trees. So if I look at it only that, oh, ये तो healing करता ही नहीं है, ये तो बिल्कुल भी मेरे जैसा नहीं है. But honestly, he's much more mindful than anybody else. Because he's just every day he's taking pictures of squirrels walking on the trees, the birds going here. He goes cycling every day. He, he takes care of his health in his own way. He cooks his own food. He does his own cleaning. And it is not just because he's in New York. अहमदाबाद में 6 साल था और अभी न्यूयॉर्क में 10 साल से. I've never seen him always eating out or doing junk foods. He takes care of himself so much. He doesn't do healing at all.
That's like a self-healing process.
Yes. So that is why what I see when I made peace with that fact that, oh, nobody has to be like me to be. He tells me yesterday also when I was talking about Shuchi, he was telling me कि आप ऐसा मत उसके दिमाग में डाल देना, शुचि के दिमाग में, कि अब अगर वो हीलिंग नहीं करेगी तो वो इससे बाहर नहीं आ पाएगी पापा की डेथ के लॉस से. उसके दिमाग में ये डालो, वो कुछ भी करेगी वो इससे बाहर आ जाएगी. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that one line he said? I was like, in my head, I was like, wow. He said, उसको ये समझाओ वो कुछ भी करे वो इससे बाहर आएगी ही. हर कोई बाहर आ जाता है. So beautiful when we lower down our barriers and when we don't have a fixed that, oh, if you don't do Soul Simple you won't feel. Because she messaged me yesterday, Auntie, I don't feel like doing Soul Simple. Maybe she's angry, maybe she's hurt that even after doing Soul Simple my father died. But it's okay, right? Her anger is justified. I can't go and tell her right now you have to understand that Soul Simple didn't kill your father. It's okay, na? She's angry right now. She's hurt. She's sad. She's crazily bitter inside with the whole world. And it's okay. So when my son told that, I was like, wow, okay, tomorrow when I talk to her, I'm going to talk to her. No healing. I'm just going to tell her that let's just talk. Let's have, simple conversations. So these are the things which I learned from my children. And like so many more children, like, all the people who come on my calls and the people that I've worked with. And I'm so, so grateful for, these conversations. That is why the first recording that I put on YouTube, I said Soulful Conversations and Soul Stem. I think I can do this my entire life and not get tired of it. And not expect anything. Money. If I have all the money in the world, if people take care of my food and everything, I'll do this every day all my life. I wouldn't even bother. These conversations are required more. People need to come together and talk more about possibilities than about problems. And if there are problems, we acknowledge the problem and work to change it in whichever way possible. Whether it is drawing a mandala or a painting or doing Soul Temple or just going into nature and cycling. Anything that can raise the consciousness of the mankind to a space that we all choose life. And when we choose death joyfully. It's if I can contribute, like if my contribution is even say 20% or 10% in whatever the world that I would like to see, right? I would die with gratitude. Whenever I die, I would die happy, smiling. Yeah, man, thank you God. कि बहुत अच्छा लाइफ दिया तूने भगवान. I have zero complaints. So yeah, these are the things. I'm just the. I also see the difference, stark difference between morning, afternoon, and evening. When we wake up, yes, that energy that we are in the morning. If we all could wake up early, we could like do these conversations. पहले के जमाने में सत्संग बोलते थे, right? सत्संग में जाना है, भजन कीर्तन करना है. Now this is a different form of that.
And normally, like I used to spend summer holidays in Rishikesh with my granddad. He used to take us for satsang at 5:30 a.m. every day. So it was, that's what, and there would be a crowd of at least 500, 600 people जो स्वामी जी को सुनने आते थे सुबह 5:30 बजे.
So socho, Shashi, your grandfather laid the foundation. He sowed the seed of consciousness in you that time when you were a kid. That is why you're here, talking here.
Yeah. I actually sleep at 3:30 a.m. because I work US hours. And I still wake up in the morning because I'm like, there's no way 3 to 4 or 6 to 7 office शुरू हो जाती है 6 o'clock US time. I work, 9.5 hours.
Yeah.
And 3 to 4, like, eating, whatever. So every day I'm managing on 3 hours sleep, but I'm fine. Like, Honest, it did bother me for a few days. Oh my god, I'm not getting sleep, but I'm functioning. Everything is getting
But
done.
you can sleep after the call.
Yeah.
Make sure you have
Rather,
proper sleep also,
rather
because sleep.
you can sleep peacefully rather because you uploaded everything here.
Yeah. Yeah.
नींद इम्पोर्टेंट है बाय द वे, ठीक है, तो अपना नींद खराब मत करना. You can always see the calls on YouTube or whatever, but make sure you have good sleep, good enough sleep, ठीक है. Don't neglect
Yeah.
that either.
Sleep is my soul's temple.
Yeah, I should
Just
do that.
yeah,
I'll do that.
yeah, and more, you know, why do we want to sleep? To be relaxed. So simply saying, we can all do it like right now, just relaxing my mind and body with total ease is my soul state.
Yeah, sleep is a natural healer. It's like
Yeah.
it's a
And
natural choice. Yeah.
relaxing my mind and body with total ease is my soul temple. When you're going to do that, whatever you do, you'll be relaxed. When you're working, you'll be relaxed. When you're sleeping, you'll be relaxed. When you're eating, you'll be relaxed. It's just about being relaxed, right? So let's do that quickly. We'll wind up now in 5 minutes. And thank you everybody for all the conversations that we've had today. It's every conversation is a contribution. Even the people who come up with their pains and aches and say that, oh, I have a pain and ache, that has been a contribution to everybody. So I'm grateful to each and everyone who's coming on all these calls, morning, afternoon, and evening. And having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul state. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Having a relaxed mind and body with total ease is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Making relaxation a natural way of being is my soul's temple. Waking up energetic, fresh, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up energetic, fresh, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up energetic, fresh, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. Waking up fresh, energetic, and active every morning is my soul's temple. The course of the day, the triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. The triggers that show up in the course of the day are my soul's temple. My need to be triggered easily is my soul's temple. My need to be triggered easily is my soul's temple. My need to be triggered easily is my soul's temple. My need to be triggered easily is my soul's temple. My need to be triggered easily is my soul's temple. My need to be triggered easily is my soul's temple. My need to be triggered easily is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify my triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers and heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers and heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. My resistance to identify the triggers, heal and change them with ease is my soul's temple. Oh. Relaxing before I sleep. Relaxing an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind before an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Doing activities that relax my mind an hour before I sleep is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully every night. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Sleeping peacefully and undisturbed every night is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. Taking out time periodically to relax and rejuvenate is my soul's temple. My gratitude for empowering conversations is my soul state. My gratitude for all empowering conversations I have in my entire day is my soul state. My gratitude for all the empowering conversations I have in the entire day is my soul state. My gratitude for all the empowering conversations I have in the entire day is my soul state. My gratitude for all the empowering conversations I have in the entire day is my soul state. My gratitude for all the empowering conversations I have in the entire day is my soul state. My gratitude for all the empowering conversations I have in the entire day is my soul's temple. Choosing to be an empowered, choosing to remain empowered all day long is my soul's temple. Choosing to remain in an empowered state all day long is my soul's temple. Choosing to remain in an empowered state all day long is my soul's temple. Choosing to remain in an empowered state all day long is my soul's temple. Choosing to remain in an empowered state all day long is my soul's temple. Choosing to remain in an empowered state all day long is my soul's temple. Choosing to remain in an empowered state all day long is my soul's temple. Choosing to remain in an empowered state all day long is my soul's temple. The infinite possibilities to change and heal that come my way are my soul's temple. The infinite possibilities that to change and heal that come my way are my soul's temple. The infinite possibilities to change and heal that come my way are my soul's temple. The infinite possibilities to change and heal that come my way are my soul's temple. The infinite possibilities to change and heal that come my way are my soul's temple. The infinite possibilities to change and heal that come my way are my soul's temple. The infinite possibilities to change and heal that come my way are my soul's temple. Being open and willing to receive every possibility and be the change that is required is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to receive every possibility and be the change that is required is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to receive every possibility and be the change that is required is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to receive every possibility and be the change that is required is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to receive every possibility and be the change that is required is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to receive every possibility and be the change that's required is my soul's temple. Being open and willing to receive every possibility and be the change that is required is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change that I wish to see in my world is my soul's temple. Being the change I wish to see in the world is my soul's temple. Doing whatever the fuck it takes to create the world I truly desire is my soul's temple. Doing whatever the fuck it takes to create the world I truly desire is my soul's temple. Doing whatever the fuck it takes to create the world I truly desire is my soul's temple. Doing whatever the fuck it takes to create the world I truly desire is my soul's temple. Doing whatever the fuck it takes to create the world I truly desire is my soul's temple. Doing whatever the fuck it takes to create the world I truly desire is my soul's temple. Doing whatever the fuck it takes to create the world I truly desire is my soul's temple. The divine grace that walks with me in all my co-creations with the universe is my soul's temple. The divine grace that walks with me in all my co-creations with the universe is my soul's temple. The divine grace that walks with me in all my co-creations of the universe is my soul's temple. The divine grace that walks with me in all my co-creations of the universe is my soul's temple. The divine grace that walks with me in all my co-creations of the universe is my soul's temple. The divine grace that walks with me in all my co-creations of the universe is my soul's temple. The divine grace that walks with me in all my co-creations of the universe is my soul's temple. Remaining constantly in touch with the divinity within me is my soul's temple. Remaining constantly in touch with the divinity within me is my soul's temple. Remaining constantly in touch with the divinity within me is my soul's temple. Remaining constantly in touch with the divinity within me is my soul's temple. Remaining constantly in touch with the divinity within me is my soul's temple. Remaining constantly in touch with the divinity within me is my soul's temple. Remaining constantly in touch with the divinity within me is my soul's temple. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for taking out time and being there every morning for
Thank
these
you, Vandana.
beautiful
Thank
things.
you. Thank you so much, Vandana, and thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you. God bless you, everybody.
So many things.
Tell me,
Thank
Shikha. You want to say something, Shita?
Yeah, I said I really want to thank you because you have only encouraged us to, do this daily, and it has actually changed our lives because I know my parents are suffering from COVID from last, I think, from 22 days. And initially, when I just, when I got to know that they are down with Corona and all, I had such a terrible fear. I couldn't sleep at nights. But now it's like, okay, everything is fine. Everything. I mean, daily I used to tell this to myself, daily, that not to enter into fear. And they are okay. Whenever I talk to them, I tell them this only that and she can't understand soul's temple and also I said you just keep telling to yourself कि आप बिल्कुल ठीक हो
Hmm.
ये नहीं बोलना हो जाऊंगी आप बोलो कि आप बिल्कुल ठीक हो
Hmm.
and then she used to smile and I said yes just keep on saying this कि मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ and everything will be all right and then I one of the days I said आपको हिम्मत नहीं हारनी है एक one of the days she said कि मैं थक गई हूँ मैंने कहा नहीं नहीं ये नहीं मुझे सुनना कि आप थक गए हो I see there are so many things you need to do ना अभी so many people are waiting outside कि कब आप ठीक होगे then we'll do this on this 21st May it's their 50th anniversary
Oh, wow. Okay.
so we were like and then I said we'll do something and we'll do a puja or something whatever possible
Whatever. Yeah.
yeah whatever possible so then she was like okay fine हाँ मैं हिम्मत नहीं हारूंगी मैं ठीक हूँ मैंने कहा yes you just have to say this again and again and only because of you otherwise I know myself I would have gone into panic and kind of created problems for myself and also for others.
And please acknowledge, because of me, yes, I acknowledge my role, but because you are choosing to come every day here and to listen to these calls. So it's because of you more than anybody else.
So I really always want to thank you for everything. Even my chakra classes, I don't know, when I joined those classes, I was like, I had no idea about anything. And because I had once attended a Souls Temple class, so I just said, okay, fine, I want to do this chakra healing thing. And I just joined and I didn't know. And most of the things, it was like, सब बोलते थे, I used to just listen. कि होने दो जो हो रहा है बस करते रहो but after 2-3 months I could feel the change I could see the shift in my life and then I realized it all works and
It
if you give
does.
time then it also happens.
Yeah, you have to have patience, you have to give time, persistent efforts, everyday practice. Everything is important. So, and if we can't do it every day, attending such calls, attending places where this is happening every day, right?
Yeah, and one of the days even I don't know something I was having some pain or something and I forgot about Souls Temple and I was just telling my son कि पता नहीं ये दर्द हो रहा है तो ये अपना Souls Temple क्यों नहीं करती हो मुझे बोलती रहती हो
That is what I love about children. Children are beautiful.
I said, yes, you reminded me. Now I'll do this only. I don't know how I forgot this. So he said, अपना souls temple करो, मुझे बोलती रहती हो. I said thank you to him and I said okay fine, I'll be fine now.
So sweet. So yeah, and thank you for expressing. Even if you're quiet on all calls, I'm happy you spoke to me.
Yeah.
I want all of us to speak more and talk more of such things that have created change and possibilities than the fear and panic.
Yeah.
And let the world know that there is a different possibility.
Right.
Okay, talk more to more people. You also talk more to more people.
Right.
Let all of us do that.
Vandana,
will-
I've sent this recording to many of my cousins and family. And yesterday I forgot because I was busy with Rajiv sir's class.
Yeah. Kiran, we can't hear you. I think it's disconnected. Cool. So I'll talk to Kiran on call. Um, thank you very much, people. I'm ending the call here.
Left. Oh, she's back.
Yeah, I just got disconnected. I'm sorry. Sorry, Kiran. You were saying something. I heard.
I'm just saying the ripple effect of everything. So
Yeah.
I've been sharing it with my cousins who were going through COVID in Delhi
Okay.
and my cousins in New Bombay. I've just been passing this to many people, your
Okay.
recordings.
Right.
And yesterday, since that vase broke and I was busy with Rajiv's class or whatever, I forgot. After that, I went for a walk on the terrace. So this cousin of mine at 11 o'clock, she calls me, "Didi, aaj bheja nahi aapne." So bit by bit, it is seeping into everybody's mind and everybody likes to listen to all this
Thank
kind
you
of
for sharing.
positive
Thank you
things.
so much
Yeah.
for sharing.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
that's your contribution to the spread of this. So
I mean, a cousin of mine is very stubborn, very stubborn. Like she's about 50 years and she will not open her mind. I've been telling her day one, I said, join Bandana's classes, I mean, the sessions. And she said, no, Didi, I don't have time.
yeah.
And now she's listening to it. So it's seeping in.
Yeah, it's okay. That's the reason I'm recording also and putting it out.
Absolutely.
That let people listen whenever they have to.
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow, 3 months later, 10 months later also. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
This is a
you.
big contribution.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you.
And you know
Love
what, Dee, what I have decided that when we will finish this calls, I will keep on listening to all these recordings one day of the other, and same in the morning, 6:30, just get up and listen to these recordings. Otherwise, it will create an empty space in our lives.
No, I'm going to continue my morning 6:30 calls.
Okay.
Wow.
How
Wow.
does it get any better than
How
this?
can it get any better
I
than this?
won't be doing the afternoon and evening because then I'll start my regular work, one-to-one sessions and all.
Yeah.
I also have to get back to my work.
Yes, because now.
But I'm
Thank
going
you,
to
sir.
continue my morning calls because it's enriching my life more than anybody else. So I'm not going to stop this. I mean, even if I have one person, two people, I'll still continue.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Amazing.
Thank you.
I'm sure.
Blessed. We're feeling
Thank you.
blessed.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.